So now you've spent 20 minutes hammering a nail into a paint can, wondering what you're doing with your life, you're done. So hi, welcome to MoggyBoxCraft, and today I'm going to be showing you how I created my upcycled lanterns out of old paint cans. So here's my old paint cans, and yeah, that's what I'm going to show you today. So I hope you enjoy it. Subscribing is optional, but it is always really appreciated if you'd like to see more of my crafting or gardening or life journey in the world of craft and garden and all that jazz. I'm Deborah, welcome to MoggyBoxCraft, and today I'm going to be upcycling paint cans, which brings me to this project, I guess. Recycling old paint pots. Do excuse all this mess in the background. We are going camping this weekend and I think this is a good project for that. So we've got an event shelter. Andy calls it an event shelter. It's a gazebo. I don't know what else you want to call it, but an event shelter. It's a gazebo. Anyway, I'm going to be upcycling paint cans into lanterns. So I've got my little lights here. So we're gonna be able to drill holes or pop holes in the paint can, decorate, put a little handle on, pop in our lights, and it's gonna all shine through and be really pretty. Hopefully. I've done two different techniques for this. One with the drill, and another technique with a hammer and nails. So we'll see how that goes, shall we? I've done a few testers. You're gonna want to get yourself a protective gardening glove before we start banging holes into our paint pots. This is going to be quite loud, isn't it? Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. So I've got a drill bit specifically for drilling metal. So I think I'm just going to do them randomly to show you kind of how it works and how I've been decorating them. And basically, you kind of want to put it on, well, put my protective glove on. You maybe want to put some protective eyewear on. I'm going to use a bit of cardboard to stop this going everywhere. The idea is just to start drilling holes in your paint can. I think I've got to change the drill bit actually. Well, that drill bit isn't very sharp, so we're just going to swap it out for this one. Beautiful. Do I want to do like a nice pattern? I think I'm just going to drill them randomly all over to show you. Oh. Well, that was a bit vigorous, wasn't it? On a hard surface, just randomly. It is quite vigorous. Be really careful if you're doing this. I'm making a bit of a mess of this, but that's okay. So just go around and put random holes all in your paint can. Obviously be really careful, don't hurt yourself, wear some safety stuff. And if that fails, get an more adult to help you. So once you've finished drilling, your pot should look something like this. Now I know what you're thinking, it's quite bashed. It's okay, it's going to add to the paint effect later. Also, be glad that you've finished, put down your drill and hope you never have to touch it again for a really long time, because this doesn't feel that safe sometimes. But also, try and make sure that you've popped a hole sort of, I don't know if you can see, right across. I've done one right at the top and then straight across from it, the other side. We're going to use that to hold the handles later on. Next technique. Oh, by the way, if you hear any snoring or scruffling or wheezing, it's the dogs. They don't care. They're never gonna care. You shouldn't either. Basically, you're gonna do the same thing again. Get yourself a nail, hammer, safety glove, and again, same thing. Stick in your nail and just randomly hammer the nail like so into your can, pop it out, and then you've got a little hole. So just continue going round, just continue going at your paint can like that. You can do lots of different patterns. You don't have to do just wobbly things like random blobs of holes, You don't have to do, you can just do random holes, you could do a pattern. Basically this is how I'm going to do it. Although the trick is, when you get it on your side, you then do have to try and be quite careful to hold the paint can still. So I don't know what the solution is for that, just be really careful and whap in a heap of holes all around, like so. So now you've spent 20 minutes hammering a nail into a paint can, wondering what you're doing with your life, you're done. So again, really bashed. I've just been taking the handle of the hammer and just popping back out all the bits that have popped in. But I quite like this, it kind of looks quite rustic. I really quite like that. So now I've popped in a whole lot of holes in the bottom as well, because I'm hoping to like hang them up. Got my 2 paint cans, which I wouldn't say this is a long project, but this has taken me a good half an hour to do 2, I would say. And there is quite a lot of like metal and paint and everything everywhere. So bear that in mind. So I've got 2 little loops of metal, and all I'm going to do is on the ends just twist them out at a 90-degree angle, and then wherever you put your, I don't know, holes, pop the metal through. So we've got a little handle, and doing it this way around I found it doesn't interfere with the paint. So on the outside, I'm not so fussed about the inside, because you're not going to really care about that. And we'll do the other side. So when your paint cans are looking something like this, we are ready to paint. I know this looks a mess, because it is, but I promise it'll be effective. Maybe not even pretty, but definitely effective. What am I doing in my life? So it's time to paint our cans. These are all the paints I'm going to be using. While painting, try to do it in a ventilated area. I'm going to wear a glove to hold on to my paint pots while I'm painting. And we'll see how this goes. So I think first I'm going to put the inside black using a barbecue and wood stove paint. So if I ever do want to put a candle in it, hopefully that will be safe. And then I'm going to decorate the outside if I can get these things to stay in the right place. It'll be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Make it work. Oh my gosh, maybe we won't. Yes, we will. We'll paint the inside first. And then we're going to do a little bit more black again on the inside. I really like the way that looks. Next paint pot, again, and do black on the inside. And I think we'll start off with orange. A little bit of black. A little bit of the bright orange, why not? Black. I'm gonna finish with a rose gold. So pop the paint pots up to dry on my sock area. I really like the way it looks when the paint runs, because it makes it look like it's a paint can still. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and I'll get back to you when they're dry and I can put some lights in them, and hopefully they'll be pretty. And at least if the paint isn't to your taste, you can paint it any way you want. Okay, it's been a few extra days and we've been camping. I never got these quite finished in time, but they're dry. I really like how they've turned out. I think they're really pretty. It's now time to do the handles. So I've done a few test handles already. This is kind of what I'm aiming for. What is this stuff, like sequency stuff? Last year I made jellyfish and used some of this stuff, so I kind of pulled apart my jellyfish to try and get some more battery operated lights to go in them, and the dog sniffling in the background. And yeah, to get some of the stuff back. I know it's got glue stuck to it, but just it's gonna be okay. It's lovely. It will be lovely. It's obviously not going to look that fantastic until it's dark, but I think they're really pretty. Of course I would. I made them, and I've upcycled a bit of old rope and some old paint and an old paint can. Cuteness. So for the handles, I've got a bunch of rope. I've got some of the sequency stuff and some rope. Trusty glue gun, as always. What are you doing with your life? Get off. What is it? How does glue get everywhere? I have done a couple of them with like pearl type necklace things. Unfortunately, this is all the pearl things I've got left, so I won't be able to do this. But basically with these ones, all I've done is just wrap the beads round, and up close it's a bit of a mess because I've blobbed lots of glue in there so it doesn't move, basically. But I think they're quite cute, those two. We're going to do ones to match these ones, then we'll do ones to match these ones. Oh, I'm going to need some pliers, aren't I? What does one do with one's pliers? Okay, I'm back with my pliers. So the first thing I'm going to do is little handles. Oh, just bend them out a little bit. And just to stop myself hurting myself, I'm just going to take these little bits and just turn them in like that. This wire's really bendy and easy to like manipulate. There we go. I'm just going to shape the handle so I think it's a nice shape. We've got our paint can all ready to go in the handle. So all I'm going to do to start with is put a little blob of glue in there. Good blob of glue in there. And with the end of your string, just pop it in there. We'll just wait for a minute for it to kind of stick in place before doing anything else. I should have secured that end of the rope before, but I don't suppose it really matters. Obviously be very careful when you're doing this, don't be burning yourself. So twist your rope around, so that should be reasonably secured in place. Put a little blob of glue on the handle, and then I'm just going to go around and just slowly wind my piece of rope around. Oh. So yeah, just get that little piece secure, and then just keep going until the whole wire is covered with the rope without getting too much glue on yourself, which I know is a bit of a hard task. So yeah, this bit's a bit time consuming, but I think it's really worth it. I'm only really doing about an inch at a time. It does, well, it depends on the length of your rope, but I've discovered, yeah, that kind of happens. If the rope is too long, it kind of weaves up into the glue if you're not very careful. Gently holding that little bit of rope in place without sticking my fingers in it, although I know it looks like I am, I'm not. I did try and do this with like slightly shorter pieces of rope because it was old bits of rope and I don't know why they were cut. But of course, when I was doing that, I ended up running out of rope, so that's how I end up little bits like this. But that just adds the character. And other lies I tell myself on Sundays. Oh, glue everywhere. And yeah, if you can hear the dogs snoring in the background, it's because they are. They're having a very leisurely Sunday. Very leisurely. Oh, that went horribly wrong. I am making this look so much more difficult than it actually is. I promise, it's not really this difficult. I'm definitely making it look that way. Oh, what's that bit of hair doing? Oh great, I've just stuck glue in my hair as well. Excellent. And then when you've wound your string right down to the bottom, then you're going to realise you don't have scissors. Just cut this with a pair of pliers. That might work just fine. Okay, we've got some scissors. Chop my little bit of rope. Put about there. And then I'm just going to put a blob of glue in here under. Try and get some glue right in there. Oh, maybe a bit too much glue. I'm gonna try and wrap this right round. Have I cut it too short? Maybe. With the end of my pliers, I'm just gonna shove this end. What I should have done is got a lighter, secured that end properly. I haven't, so we're not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna put another tiny little bit of glue there, just to hold everything in place. There's so much glue everywhere, it just adds to it, doesn't it? That's a lie as well. It just makes it look really homemade. But there we go. That's basically how the handle is looking. It also looks like it's got lots of spider webs on. That's how I've done the handles with the rope. For the next handle, the ends again, I'm just gonna take my pliers and just turn them in with these bits. Pretty much the same idea, although I did double them up because I thought that would be a little bit easier. I've just popped on a little bit of glue in that bit there. Stuck it all into the glue. Work the beads. The beads. These aren't beads, like sequins. So I'm going to take my sequins and just work that around the base here. I'm just going to put another little blob of glue in here. So I've got a nice base to start with. Just a bit of glue on the wire handle. Just keep working around my sequins. So the handle is all covered. Yeah, and just keep building it up. And the thing is, if you run out of your sequins, I don't think it's as bad to try and then continue on with a new piece. And then we're just going to put a big blob. Just going to put another little blob in there. Excellent. And twirl that into the cover up. That little piece of wire. And there we go. So I'm going to leave these to dry. Which was the ones I did on camera? I can't even remember. Here are my finished lanterns. Oh. Oops. So here's the finished lanterns. I hope you like them. I've done a few more. Out of all of them, I really like these kind of paint techniques where it's all dripping down and stuff, because it makes me feel like, well, that's how a paint can usually looks after I've painted something. There's more paint sloshed down the side of the paint can on the outside and all over the area I'm painting rather than where I'm painting. I think this is one of my favourites. And now, let's go and see what they look like outside. Obviously we'll have to wait for it to be dark, but I will insert that clip here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little crafting adventure with upcycled paint cans. If you want to leave me a comment or a like, that would be fantastic. If you want to comment and let me know how you would upcycle these paint cans, or have you upcycled paint cans, how have you done it? If you've got any easier ways, or any other fun things like upcycling paint cans I could try, because I've got a few more paint cans to upcycle. Yeah, that would be really much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching my upcycling paint can adventure. I hope you've enjoyed it, found it educational. Do feel free to share this video with anyone that you think might enjoy it, or find it educational also, or just simply entertaining. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Right, so now all we've got to do is wait for night time to show you these. Now we wait. Life goals. Napping on a Sunday. Maybe I should have a nap too. All this glue gun and stuff is quite hard work. That's a lie. That's so a lie. This is all the lies I tell myself on Sundays. Thank you so much for watching this rendition of Upcycling with Deborah. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!